everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Mariana and you're watching Lucifer's Library. Hi, I'm interrupting today's broadcast to bring you book news. We're talking about Earning It by E.F. Dodd. It is coming out today, August 23rd, 2022. So let me read you what it's about. Ray Murphy thought she left her past behind when she moved to Charlotte from Charleston, especially the devastatingly handsome portion of that past who was wearing nothing but a towel when she walked out on him. His betrayal was the reason she left, and the reason she now avoids romantic entanglements like the plague. Getting tangled in the sheets is fine, but she has no desire to be ensnared once again by the sticky tendrils of love. When Ray agrees to be the maid of honor for her best friend Kaz, she has no idea what's in store for her. Van McLeod, Ray's towel-clad ex, appears at the wedding and he looks just as good in a tux as he did in a towel. For the sake of her friend's wedding, Ray agrees to leave her past behind, but Van makes it his personal mission to get Ray to hear him out, to her dismay. As her resistance wavers, Ray starts to see that perhaps what she had with Van was not one big lie after all. But to really prove to Ray that what they had was real, Van's going to have to earn it. This second chance romance is full of twists and turns, emotional reunions, and drama perfect for anyone addicted to romance. The cover is so cute and I just wanted to highlight it for anyone who is interested in second chance romances. I'm currently bringing you from a different setup because you're stationed on my desk. The background behind me is a little bit messy. It's fine. We're not gonna talk about it. I just came home from vacation. I don't want to clean. I filmed several videos talking about my vacation and I came home with a completely different mindset. I unhauled a bunch of books from my TBR. That is a whole different thing. But I want to get back into the habit of reading. And the one way to do this is to try reading 100 pages a day for a week. I already read a book today. It was 32 pages long. It was a children's book. Very cute illustrated book called Buddha and the Rose, and it is written by Malika Chopra, and it is such a cute book. Every time you go outside, just remember that a plant that you are seeing in front of you, it took so much for it to grow, from the seed to being planted, to the dirt giving it nutrition, to the sun shining on it and the rain giving it, water. So much is going on in order for life to be sustainable and to happen, and we are just a very small part in this world. We should remind ourselves to be grateful for the things that we have. It's so easy to get enveloped in your own head, in your own mind, but it's also very easy to just sit down and appreciate the beauty that you have in front of you. So this is something that I'm genuinely trying to do more, and I rated it 5 stars. It is a children's book, however I would recommend it to anyone at any age. I think the messaging is just really beautiful. It makes you appreciate everything that you are surrounded by, but also appreciate yourself because you're a part of that too. The fact that you are alive is a big thing. It's just very easy to get overwhelmed by everything happening in your life. So much had to happen in order for you to be here. Okay, so since I read 32 pages of this book, I am going to have to read 68 more pages today, and I'm currently reading I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. I am currently in a non-fiction mood, which I know is very interesting. I haven't read non-fiction in a while. Last year I read, I think, a lot of non-fiction, or the year before, but I'm kind of going back into it because it doesn't take my brain a lot to focus. While listening to the audiobook, I am also going to finish my Gobelin, which is just basically, don't look at the back, it's horrible, just this. Then I have Horses I need to finish. I've had this since I was little, never finished it, so I've been making progress on this too while listening to the audiobooks before going to bed. I also do this. Update on my reading: I am 61% into I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy, and current thoughts are that I am definitely struggling. This was not the right book to pick up and read in one sitting. It would be much better if I took it in smaller chunks. This book is very hard to read. So basically this book is an autobiography and it talks about Jeanette and her mother's relationship. Her mother always wanted to be an actress. When she had Jeanette, she had pushed her into the acting scene. She, you know, micromanaged everything about her life, and when Jeanette wanted to kind of have her own space, her mother would be very emotionally manipulative, and she would always use her cancer story as a way to manipulate Jeanette. You just see how much Jeanette molded herself to be the person her mother wanted her to be, but how absolutely miserable she was. It's just a hard book to read because you just want to give her a hug. The title may be brutal, but trust me, compared to the book and its contents, it is justified. Hi, it's the next day. I have already read 100 pages. Actually, I did more than that because I finished I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy, and holy shit, this book is not a book that I recommend reading in one sitting because it is a very hard book. There are a lot of trigger warnings from eating disorders, binging, Dan Schneider. There is a lot of talk about like alcohol abuse and emotional, physical abuse, all kinds of stuff that is just very heavy to deal with. So yeah, I finished my first book and it is only day 2. I'm just glad I completed my goal because now I don't have to feel the pressure and I can just relax a little bit. An update, I started like 5 books and I DNF like 5 books, or I wouldn't call it DNFing, I just switched over and decided not to read them at all. One of them was The End of Your Life book club. I don't remember the author, but I read 25% of it, and then I don't know, it fizzled out. I lost the connection with the book. I read like 100 pages of it and decided to just move on. I also cleared out my Goodreads library. I unadded about 40 books from that list. I made a little bit of a dent. I am reevaluating everything I thought I knew about myself when it comes to books, when it comes to reading, when it comes to genres. My favorite authors. Who am I? Look at my shelves. They are so freaking empty. Look at those books. They're so empty. This is all I own. This is all I have now. I used to have 7 full bookshelves. I am so glad that I have done a 40 plus unhaul. I really think that I am slowly just keeping the books that I really genuinely want to keep. I've made a lot of space for a new book haul. I'm just buying books now. I earned it. I unhauled so much of my TBR that I have only 11 books left on my TBR, and you know what? I didn't finish my books, but I did lower my TBR, and that counts. Also, I have only 1 sci-fi book on my shelf. One science fiction that happens, like, that's going on in space. I used to have so many more. It's fun seeing how fantasy is still one of my most owned genres. Going back to the topic of this video, today the goal is simple. Initially, I didn't know what to read, but I've had this post-it note in my reading journal for the last few months reminding me what books I don't want to take with me to 2023. So these are the series that I should finish. So we have Beauty of Darkness, which is book 3 in the Kiss of Deception series. We have book 2 in Incarcerant Duology, which is Safik. We have the 3rd book in A Discovery of Witches, which is Book of Life. And finally, we have Covenant. 5 books in total that I should pick up. I'm not in the mood for any of these books, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see whether they surprise me or not. Hi. Okay, so I finished my 100 pages for the day, which is 15% of Book of Life. That's what I started. I ended up realizing that I'm not really interested in Safik. I read the first book. It was really nice when I was reading it with my dog. When my dog was sick, it was like our thing. But do I want to continue? Not really. I just unhauled it yesterday. So I never even planned on buying the 2nd book in physical copy, therefore that should tell you enough. So I went ahead and started reading Book of Life, which is the 3rd book in A Discovery of Witches series. Book 1 and 2 were fairly easygoing, but this last book is a build-up of all of that. It is the climax, it is where tensions are rising, and I am feeling stressed. What have I learned so far from this? There is nothing profound that I can tell you. There is no thought that I can give you that would make this seem like a more meaningful video than it is. All I know is that I'm getting stressed out. I'm not really making time for myself, but I'm making time for this video. And you know what? Otherwise, I wouldn't have been reading anything. So at least this way I am reading. You're not always going to be in a mood to read something. And I think I would, right now, in the current state of mind that I am, I would definitely benefit from reading multiple books at once so I can switch from one book to another. So I think I might be doing that as well. Those are my thoughts. It's been interesting. It's an interesting experience. Today I've been feeling very meh. Like I've been blocking my emotions a little bit. I am also feeling a little anxious today because of what I have going on this week. I sat down, did my 5-minute yoga routine, then I decided I want to do meditation. And just as I clicked on meditation video, I started bawling my eyes out. I started crying so hard. Now I'm fine. Now I just needed to let it out. So this is your daily reminder that if you feel like you are going through a rough time, or if you're going through a block, don't be afraid to, first of all, hydrate yourselves, but don't be afraid to sit down with yourself and no noise in the background, no YouTube videos, no TV, nothing. And just sit down with yourselves and feel, and if you need to, cry. Because you're gonna feel a lot better. So yesterday, I finished the book. It was 50 pages long. It was Wicca for Beginners. And I read it before I went to bed. I noticed that I read mostly at night. So that's quite good actually. I have a few updates for you guys. First of all, when it comes to a discovery of witches, I am DNFing the Book of Life because I skimmed through a couple of episodes of season 3 just to get everything that I need, like all the major plot points and everything. And it turns out that if that happens in the books, if that is the final reveal and what's happening, I'm not interested. Like, it's fine, but I expected more. I'm just not interested enough to keep reading the book, you know, so I'm going to be DNFing. I'm always just jumping from one book to another because I keep DNFing books. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't know what book to read next. I am running slowly out of books to pick up, and I know I should finish the series that I started. However, if I'm not currently in the mood, why would I force myself to read something if I'm just gonna DNF it, you know? I just woke up and the first thing I did was call my driving instructor. Basically, I was supposed to start driving back from my holiday on the 9th of August, but the car broke down. He told me to call him on the 15th, but the 15th was a holiday, so I said I'm not gonna bother him on a holiday. Anyway, it's the 16th now, and I called him today and I was like, yeah, when do I start driving? When can I have my next lesson? And he was like, oh, do you have time today? And I was like, yeah. And he said, today at 4 p.m. I made myself coffee. I am also now going to enjoy my morning. I'm not gonna try to do too many things that would make me tired, because driving, even if it's only for 45 minutes, just makes me so exhausted towards the end, but also really hyped. I'm super happy if I have an hour where I'm doing everything right. But yeah, the car broke down, so I'm going to be driving a new car today. Does anybody else also freeze up when you have something later on in the day, so you spend your day just waiting for that thing to come? You don't do anything at all. I need to try to avoid that today. I have way too many things to do, and I cannot allow myself to freeze up. As for yesterday, I didn't read 100 pages a day. Yesterday was the only day I actually failed. I dyed my hair again because this channel is full of just hair transformations for me. Looks red, it's not red, it's brown. But for some reason, the camera always picks up red. The plan for today, I'm gonna go ask the bookstore if they are hiring, and I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping they're looking for someone full-time, because when I get the job, I'm going to buy a lot of books. I have to believe that the universe is preparing something for me and the right job will come. I just wanted to share that with you. As for yesterday, I didn't read at all. I also don't have the time today to read because my best friend is coming over. And I made Also some appointments today. I know this vlog didn't exactly go to plan every single day, but I still tried my best. And I think I'm gonna go read on the bus today. I'm not gonna give you an update, but I am going to try to adapt to the busy schedule that I have now, because I have lots of things to do now that holiday is over. Also, if I need a break from reading, I'm gonna give myself a break from reading. I think that it is better for me to adapt to what my body needs and what my mind needs, which is sometimes rest. I tend to overstimulate myself. So if I'm gonna need that, I'm gonna give myself that. And in the meantime, I'm gonna film different videos, but I think I have enough videos for the rest of the month. Yeah, I'm sorry about all the UGG hauls. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know it wasn't as whatever everybody else is doing, like professional, all that, but this is me in my chaotic chaotic situation, and I'm just on a journey of self-discovery. I just finished the process of out with the old, and now it's time for in with the new. I am ready to try new genres, try something else, and I'm ready to fall in love with reading again. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and from now on I hope that I can show you the actual joy that I can bring to the table, because honestly I'm a very joyous person most of the time. I tend to smile a lot as well, just in normal life, but lately I've just been in this downward spiral, and I think it might be over. I think I'm finally just like exhaling the bad energy, and I'm getting ready for something new. So thank you so much for watching this video and for following my mental health journey. I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye.